Okay, we're on the road tomorrow to Galway to face John Caulfield's side of the Eamon DC Park. I'm joined to look ahead to it with Zak Bradshaw. Zak, thanks for joining me. I suppose first of all we have to go back last Friday. It was a brilliant win. There's been a great mood around the place, brilliant victory against Rovers, but I suppose the important thing is forget about that now and just try and build on it tomorrow night.
Yeah, massively. The buzz around the place it's been, like I've said it previously, like it has been growing for a while. Like there is a big buzz. Like you wouldn't walk in the building and think this is a team bottom of the league.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we understand like there was obviously the sad news earlier in the week that happened and that came out. So it was just like another thing that just added to this season. So and the boys just took the challenge well and we did all right.
Yeah. I think last week it would have been hard to pick a standout player, but I think speaking to a lot of supporters, they were really, really impressed with your performance. You're back in midfield as well. You've played. It looked like you were making the left back position sort of your own after starting midfield earlier in the season, but you're back in midfield last week. You did a really good performance.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, we had like Kuhn went injured during this session during the week, so he was a big miss. So we just needed someone to just go in there. And obviously, I've played there at the start of this year, and yeah, I was quite looking forward to it again because we played them when I played centre mid against them at the start of the year. Quite enjoyed that game. It was a good game. So I was looking forward to it, and yeah, I did all right, didn't I?
Rovers obviously league champions, going for a record this year. But you look at both games you played against them this year. You've been really good. It's what can you put the sort of the rest of it down to? Because as I say, you look at the game on the opening night of the season, you look at the game the other night. It's hard to tell we're bottom of the table. Exactly. What do you think's been the problem?
It's just more moments really. Like the moments fell to us on last Friday.
Yeah,
that the cross it fell to John and that. So the moments, and even in the first game, of like the moments have fallen to us, and like the games that we've played. Remember, Bo's away this year. Like so much the better team battered them, and again, like just another moment later on in the game falls to them, and like just little things like that, little moments weren't falling for us, and that's why we've had to work hard and make these moments our moments. And exactly that, like last Friday, we were getting like we weren't being lucky with the moments, like because obviously like everyone works so hard, so it's just them little moments that are finally turning for us. Hopefully,
I think the one thing as well was the goal obviously came in the 91st minute. Is still pressing and still going for it. Confidence doesn't seem to be. Obviously, the Waterford game I think was a bit of a second half in particular. We sort of didn't give a good account of ourselves, but nobody's thrown in the towel here, or the heads haven't dropped. I think the one thing fans can say is that there's definitely a spirit and there's definitely effort there each week, regardless of the result.
Yeah, massively. It's like one of the biggest messages from Burnsy, as now he's taken over. That's a big message from him, and even Gotts when he was here recently, like to be so positive, and even like the proper senior lads of the team, like John, like Boiler. I know Benson's injured; he's not there, but like Hawks massively, like just they're so on it to stay positive, and it will come for us because like the team, even when we haven't been winning, we're still playing well, and like even we're drawing home games, but we're playing well, we're keeping clean sheets, so like the performance, even in training, the quality is still there. So like we know it's just in the games they've just got to fall to us, and luckily Friday it did.
Those senior players you mentioned, John, a lot of plaudits deservedly last week. He's been a brilliant servant, but I'm sure when you come in, he's club captain. He's been out for the most part of 2 years with 2 cruciates. To see him coming back and playing like that, it must be a great sort of example of what you can do with your career.
Oh, massively! Like a few of the lads were telling me like after they were like saying to John like, "Wow, like you've been out for 2 years," and I just could never imagine it. Like coming in, not really knowing too much about him, and he's been out for 2 years before this. Like I just couldn't picture it because like of how like fit he stays during the game, like how much he's training, like just everything, how well he's playing. Yeah.
You mentioned Garth, you mentioned Burnsy, Noel was obviously here, Noel King was obviously here for 25 days. Before that we had Stevie and Padge. It's been eventful to say the least, this loan move for you, hasn't it?
Exactly, yeah. It's probably I've had a few loan moves, but I haven't had one like this yet so far. But yeah, so it's a different challenge in my career, and like it's sort of good for me in a way. So just as I'm young and I'm still developing, to get these out of the way can only help me and benefit me.
Yeah, I suppose the main thing is you've been playing. You've played 14 of the 15 or 16 games, which is what you came here to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember coming over and like speaking to Steve at the time it was, and he was saying like, I want you to play it, but it's no easy ride, and it's like you're gonna have to earn your shirt, and like I was happy to do that, and I feel like I have been doing that, and like wherever it be, if it's centre mid, left back, I try and put in 100% training, playing, and yeah, I have earned the shirt, to be fair.
I ask all the lads to come over, you know, when you're 15, 16, 20 games in. Now you've seen what the league has to offer. What's your impressions of it?
Very different to England. Like it's a very good league, but it's just so like you get every game is different. So we've like, and you've got to be mentally fresh and physically fresh for each game, because come last Friday we had top of the league. They're going to dominate the ball. They're going to show their quality. Well, that was fine. We have a plan for that. But now next week we're playing Galway away, which they've got they may not dominate the ball in their half. They want to spin us and like play for set pieces and like sort of grind it out, on which they did earlier this season. So that's why we've got another test for us.
I'm sure the FA Cup game from last season's been brought up. They obviously thanked us in the quarter final 4-0. It was a night to forget, but I think that night, you know, when they've obviously got promoted from Division 1, you said they did a number on us earlier in the season as well, having a brilliant start of the campaign. I'm sure we need to vote what's about us down there tomorrow night.
Yeah, of course. That's like obviously the messages have been repeated, so it's just one of them in the back of the mind whilst you're playing. But like again, we can't get too fixed on like past results and that. Like tomorrow's a new game. Like we just got to go and show our quality and do it again, and hopefully we can get the result. When
you look at when our game was getting into stoppage time last week, the draw of the game, I think, was just finished. You obviously didn't know that, but we were looking on the sidelines. It was one stage where 8 points adrift the draw. They're obviously beating Galway, and then Galway come back and won. We're going into the tournament now 3 points behind draw, and there's within touching distance now. That must be a massive incentive, knowing that we're after making up ground on the teams above us.
Yeah, exactly. Like even teams from not only us just looking out, but them looking into us, like they're going to be a little bit worried of the fact that Dundalk are probably not, maybe not where we should be, but doesn't matter. Like we're still going to be pushing and constantly pushing to like the last game of the season, because it doesn't matter like with how close we are compared to the other people, and like the quality we've got compared to them. Like I think like soon enough it will turn. Maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's not.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Massively. Even though there's been so much happening, have you enjoyed different? You're only 20 years of age. You come across as a much older sort of lad. Like you've 20 years of age in a different country, which people sort of don't really look at, away from family and stuff. But you seem to have settled in and taken it in their stride.
Yeah, no, it's massively like I've got my little routine of like little off days, and because obviously living with Jamie, which is another thing I've never lived away from like my parents. And,
right. Okay.
So like this is first time I've probably got to cook and clean for myself.
Yeah.
So like not only like on the pitch is it like got good experiences, but off the pitch like really good, and like first time I get to go to a coffee shop of my own, and I've really got into coffees and that. So yeah, I quite like it.
Can you see the advantages of if you're a young lad in the UK? What the League of Ireland has to offer in terms of development and giving you an experience of competitive sort of football week in, week out?
Yeah, massively, because not only is the leagues in English like so the similar level, maybe some people compare it to like the National League or a League Two, and like they're really hard to maybe get in and get your foot in and sort of produce yourself. And so like coming over here, like maybe from English people don't see it as like such a hard league, but like now I've done both, I can definitely tell you it's very similar. But it's a different style of football. Maybe it's not as physical as that, but it is a lot more. It's quicker. It's a lot more like technical, and it's good. Like you've got experience, like really good pros here. Like Daryl Horgan's CV is one to sort of like look up to and want to be that, and he's here, so it's just amazing.
Obviously, Lincoln, you joined in January, a club who's sort of a good relationship with clubs over here in the League of Ireland over the last couple of years.
Yeah, they've had that was another thing of them coming over. So it was like on the day to sign on the deadline day of the transfer window in January, and then 2 days later they're like, we've got a team called Dundalk want to take you. And like, to be honest, I didn't hear much. Remember one game they played against a rubbish club in North London, but I didn't know too much, and then it was sort of like I sort of had to trust them in a way, and they were showing it because they had Freddie Draper, who's now like playing in the first team a lot in League One, and they did well towards the end of the season. Sean Rowan was there, and they've got quite a few, so they know the path and they've seen it before. So like I had to sort of trust them in a way, and it has paid off.
It was a mad couple of days altogether. We were waiting on you to sign for Lincoln, and then all of a sudden you're literally only in the door, Lincoln, and then you're moving again. It must have took a while to get the head around that.
Yeah, it was, but like I think as much as you say it is hard for a lad from the UK, young lad coming over, like I think the boys know it as well, and a lot of them have gone through it. So we all, and it was good in the way that me and Jamie came near enough at the same time.
Yeah.
So we went in like both with fresh heads, like ready to accept this challenge, but yeah, the boys know, and they've sort of just been like welcomed in a way, but just a nice welcome.
Yeah. Word on your former club, Ipswich. Delighted to see them back up. Unbelievable season.
Yeah. Now to be fair, like believe it or not, but I was telling people like it was going to happen before the season. Yeah. But yeah, I'm delighted. Like I'm just buzzing to see what they can do next year.
Yeah. Would you support Ipswich? Would they be your team? Who'd be your team in? You said a rubbish club in North London, so
proper club.
You don't like Arsenal, obviously.
The proper club, Tottenham.
Tottenham. Yeah. All right, okay. Kind of everything, Zach. Kind of everything. Well, listen, the very best of luck down there tomorrow night, and thanks for joining me. You've been really good over the last couple of months, and I'd say I think a lot of fans would be very impressed with how you've done so far.
Yeah, that's the aim.
Yeah,
that's the aim.
Good stuff, Zach.
Thank you.
Thanks a million.
Thank you.